Hello, my name is Avi Prokopiou, and today's podcast topic is greenwashing. Today we have here with us Victoras Palikaras, an environmental specialist, and he's going to explain to us what greenwashing is, why it is important to know all about it, and ways to spot it and avoid it. Hello, Victoras. Thank you for joining us to today's podcast.
Hello, Avi. Thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure to join your podcast. I'm really looking forward for this amazing conversation.
Me too, actually. And what brings us here today is the Erasmus Plus project called GenZ4GD, which is in the youth sector, as it aims to encourage young people to actively participate in the sustainable development of their local communities and think actively about environmental protection, sustainable development, as well as other green topics. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and what is your background?
So I'm a nature enthusiast. I did my bachelor's in environmental sciences, and then that was followed by a master's degree in environmental policy and management. And through my studies, I really understood how the environment is connected to everything around us, how it is connected with the economy, the market, society, and also see that everything is interrelated in some way. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's true. And so you referred about markets, and so I was wondering how market and the business sector in general is related to the environmental issues, if it is in any way, and whether it has any negative or positive impact on the environment.
So the markets are kind of everywhere in our lives, the way that we live, we buy stuff, we sell stuff. Of course, this has a negative impact on the environment. However, we can continue doing our daily activities and routines without harming the environment in any way. So this is where we as environmental scientists step in and say, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to change some things. We spot the things that we are seeing that they shouldn't be there. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the market, we cannot live without it. But today we're going to discuss about greenwashing. So how's greenwashing related to the market? And
as we said before, there are some companies that belong to the market, so that's how we relate it to the market. They do a lot of damage to the environment. Either they are fossil fuel companies, they are packaging companies, they sell some products that are not environmental friendly, and they're trying in many, many ways to promote themselves as being sustainable and environmentally friendly, which is not good.
Okay, so still, I'm trying to understand what greenwashing is. And you said that the fossil fuel companies, we're very dependent on them, of course. And nowadays, using the cars, we're still behind the renewable energy sources and the way we can use them in order to for the transportation. So let's say we pick a fossil fuel company. How it is associated with greenwashing, if it is.
So, for example, let's state first the definition of greenwashing.
Yes, please.
Yeah, greenwashing is an action or an activity done by someone that is harming the environment in order to show itself as being very environmentally friendly and very sustainable, while it is not. So it's by providing misleading information or doing activities that are hiding the true effect that they have on the environment. For example, as you said, a fossil fuel company. How many times have we seen in the past that fossil fuel companies are planting trees, they are investing in renewable energy
Yes.
and stuff, but while they are doing that and claim themselves to be sustainable and environmentally friendly, they are the reason that we have so much carbon dioxide emissions in the atmosphere, and the reason we have climate change. And we are experiencing right now a climate crisis.
Oh, yes, you're right. It's clear for me now. Thank you. So greenwashing is basically showing only the one side of the coin, right? Okay.
Something like that, yeah. You can say it like that, yes.
Yes. So we have the greenwashing being done by companies. Let's say I'm at the supermarket and I want to spot greenwashing in the products I buy in order to not buy this product. How am I supposed to do that?
For example, if you see on a product that it says sustainable, environmentally friendly, there is no certification that says that this product is actually sustainable, and you go into the site's website and it doesn't mention how they produce their product, what are the environmental effects that it might have, how they are respecting the environment, then it's greenwashing. They don't have anything to prove that they are sustainable. They don't have anything to claim that they are environmentally friendly. They're just writing the label on the product. So
what shall I look for when I see a product stating that it's sustainable or it's sustainably produced? Shall I look for in order to identify greenwashing, if there is any?
So to buy some products that are not part of greenwashing, you can see that in some cases there are some certification by independent bodies such as NGOs or other companies that are responsible for overviewing sustainability check. They're doing sustainability checks on the products. And if you also go on their website and check, for example, if they are doing anything, if any of their activities are harming the environment, then this is not greenwashing.
Is there any website that I can use to look for companies, that they are doing greenwashing, or I can look for companies that they are not?
The one that I'm aware of is called greenwashing.com, where you can find like specific examples of greenwashing with the names of the companies.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, but generally, if you search in your browser, you can find everything that you want to. I mean, also the names of some companies that are doing greenwashing, how to avoid it, and also the name of companies that are not doing greenwashing and they're purely trying to help the environment.
That's great. Great tip. So as I mentioned before, at the beginning, greenwashing is considered to be a hot topic nowadays. However, was it always around? I mean, in the past as well?
I mean, generally, the companies that are polluting the environment, they tried in many ways to promote themselves as being environmentally friendly. But in our days, that environmental awareness, it's a very hot topic and everyone knows some basic stuff about the environment. And also you have the CSRs, ESGs, all these financial indicators that the companies need to have in order for them to be good and considered environmentally friendly and have good businesses. It happens much more often than it used to be.
Okay, so they are trying to label themselves, let's say, as sustainable companies in order, I guess, to be in line with other policies, where in fact they are not.
Exactly.
Okay, but today we're here to learn how to spot and avoid it and not support these companies. So are there any legal implications for the companies that they do greenwashing?
I mean, they mislead the public, so this is in many countries illegal, but it's quite difficult to prove it. But you have specific NGOs that are looking into this, and when they see that something is greenwashing, they spot it out, and then they bring these companies to court. But this is quite difficult. So the best way to punish these companies is when you spot greenwashing, name and shame them.
Name and shame. Okay, so name, you find the company that does greenwashing, and then shame the company. But how? How will you shame the company?
You go to social media, say this company says that it's doing these very environmental friendly activities, but they are doing this harm to the environment. And you put your hashtags, you tag your NGOs, and the word is spread out straight away.
So this is the power of the social media. And nowadays, I mean, since this project refers especially to the Generation Z that uses the social media a lot, That will be a very useful tool to know that how we can shame the greenwashing. So I'm going back to the NGOs you mentioned before that they spot this greenwashing. There are many also environmental NGOs. They do great job on the environment. Is there anything about these NGOs that can be also misleading?
I mean, there are some environmental NGOs that get funding from these companies to do some activities in order for the company to have a good image on the environment. For example, I'm a big company. I'm giving some money to this NGO so they will plant trees. The NGO will take the money, they will plant the trees, but the company will continue this unsustainable practice. They will continue to pollute the environment. This will not change their bad impact on the environment. They will just changing their image and saying, oh, look, we're doing this good stuff.
Oh, yeah, I haven't thought of that. So you mean the company that gives the fundings to the NGO, the environmental NGO, right?
To anyone. It doesn't have to be only an environmental NGO. The company that is giving the money to someone to do a good environmental practice, the guy that is doing it or the person, whoever is doing that, is also part of the greenwashing.
Yeah. So we cannot have everything, I guess, right? Like we cannot have the organizations that they take actions for the environmental protection, but then they also need to sustain their organization by absorbing fundings and getting fundings from wherever they can so that they keep on doing these activities.
I mean, we have to be better and better every day. So if we can stop helping these companies that they are the polluters to stop being unsustainable and show their real image to the people, then we are doing a lot of good and we can find from somewhere else some funding.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, where are they going to get their fundings from? If so, yeah, I guess they can continue doing what they're doing, getting fundings from other resources. So after this conversation we're having, this wonderful conversation we're having, I became a little bit suspicious. Like, we see all these organizations doing great stuff about the environment, yet we're not sure whether their fundings or are coming from a company that is not doing greenwashing, or whether there is misleading information behind it that we're not aware of. So how do companies actually avoid doing greenwashing?
So apart from not harming actually the environment, transparency is key. If they show to people their activities, they're transparent with what they are doing. They do, for example, life cycle assessments on their products. They participate in extended producer responsibility schemes. Then they will avoid greenwashing. Or maybe if they are polluting the environment, they can admit doing that and not trying to promote themselves as not.
Exactly. I think transparency is the key,
and
right?
Honesty, of course.
And honesty. I think these two go together. So in order to conclude this podcast, is there any suggestion that you will give to young people in order to promote sustainable development in the future as well?
So I really believe that young people are the future, such as me, for example, and you.
Yes,
we are the future of society. We need to be aware of all of these topics. We need to be aware about greenwashing. We really need to know how to spot it. We really need to support the companies and organizations that are not doing greenwashing. And we have the power, we have the tools, we have this amazing project that we are working on actually, that gives power to younger people to have the knowledge and act. And yeah, step by step, we will manage to achieve sustainability, hopefully, at some point.
Hope that too. And I would like to thank you so much for this podcast, for this great information, because I believe that greenwashing is a hot topic, as we said before, but yet a little bit unknown, let's say. Like, not many people know about it. So I hope that more people will be aware of this topic after this podcast. And thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you very, very much. The pleasure was mine, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the results of this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.